Mathioli Charanam, Jai Nandalala. Welcome everybody. This session about Thiruttani today. Last session it was Tiruparankundram, where Lord Murugan marries Devayani. And now the next abode of his, the fifth abode of Lord Murugan is Thiruttani. Again, a hill-based temple. It's on top of the hill. Beautiful mountainous, full of forest and greenery. This is the picture of Thiruttani and the area close by. Now, the Lord marries Valli Devi here. Who is Valli? Next question is, how and why does the Lord marry Valli? And we went through that before. She's one of the daughters of Lord Vishnu, which I mentioned, and the hard penance that she did. Sundaravalli, as she was called when she was the daughter of Lord Vishnu. And Lord Murugan comes in after the penance and gives the boon that he will come and marry them in their next life. The next life, she's born as the hunter chieftain's daughter. Now, she was not born to him. Let's see the story of Valli. Now, Thiruttani is 87 kilometers from Chennai. Now, this is fifth Padai Veedu of Lord Murugan. And this is a very beautiful region. It's full of mountains and everything. And Valli's father is a chieftain of a tribal community. And he's a hunter also. So he takes care of all the tribes. All the tribes come, and he's the king of the tribe. Now, he did not have a daughter. He and his wife never had no children. So they wanted a child, and they specifically wanted a daughter. So they prayed so much for a daughter. And while he was hunting one day, he found a small baby girl under the Valli tree. And he was so happy that he knew immediately that it was sent for him. And he took her and he raised her. Now, we've seen this very similar thing when Andal is concerned. And of course, Mata Sita also, right? Who just appeared over there for the parents to raise them. It's like the goddess just comes there because of the boon they received, or the boon she received, that she has to be born again, correct? In the matter of Valli, that's what happened. And of course, the hunter chieftain is also, it's a big blessing to raise Valli Devi as his daughter. So it goes both the ways. And now they found the baby and they raised her. And she grows up to be one of the tribal community. And she's like, they say korati, you know, that's how she's dressed. Beautiful, dainty, very pretty. And she had her own beauty, you know, that beauty of standing out of the tribe. Now, when she reached her age of marriageable age, those are the times when usually all the daughters in the tribal community, they're chosen to do a specific job. They all grow crops in the mountainous regions. They all grow millet. Those days millets were that was a staple food, you know. Everybody grew millet. Now, when that was in the mountainous regions, the daughters were given the responsibility to take care of the crops when they were growing. So all the houses in the community had daughters. So every daughter was sent to their farm, their land, their section of land that they have to take care of. It was a very protected, there was no danger. It was not like, oh, the daughters are alone there taking care of the fields. No, because anyone who comes into the region have to cross by the men folks, to get to the fields. So no one can go to the fields without passing through this way, where they have to encounter with these male folks, and only then they can pass through. So no one can get to the fields. There's no danger. Of course, there was danger of animals, wild animals, for which the girls were very well trained and they're not scared of animals. They light a fire, and they were on a treetop where the tree house kind of thing, where they used to be on top of the tree. So during the night, and they were pretty well protected. So this was the job given to all the girls in the house. Valli also had her share of the land, and she came to take care of it. And that was her job. So and everybody had their land beside, so a few um, half kilometer away is another land. So usually all the girls are there. If you're bored, you can just go and talk to your friend and come back. This is mainly to keep an eye on the crop. So Lord Murugan, as we know, marries Devayani. After a while, after a period of time, he leaves the Tiruparankundram and he goes to Kandagiri with Devayani. After a few days over there, he leaves Kandagiri and leaves alone. He leaves alone to Paripurnam Malai. That is how they mention it those days. Paripurnam Malai is Thiruttani. The modern Thiruttani is Paripurnam Malai then. Now we call it Thiruttani. Why is it Paripurnam? Because it's wholesome, complete. Purnam is complete. Wholesome. It's got everything in it. That's how auspicious the Malay is, mountain is. So he came there to stay there, obviously because Valli is there, a few kilometers away in Valli Malai. So he can get to meet her and, the Valli and Murugan love story. So that's why he comes to Thiruttani. Now Valli is, like I said, the background. He's going to take care of the fields. That is her job. So he comes to know that he's alone there. So he goes there disguised as a very handsome hunter. Valli looks at him and she obviously knows that he's trespassing, because she knows very well that he has to pass through all the men folks to get here to the field. So she asks him, "Who are you? Why are you here? You're not supposed to be here. Did my father see you? Did you get his permission? If you didn't, you better beware, because if they see you, they will chop you to pieces." So obviously Lord Murugan, he's very, amused. He says, "Oh, your father will chop me to pieces," he says, amused. And she says, "Yeah, he will. He's the Raja here. No one can come here without his permission. And I'm surprised how you got here." And while she's talking, suddenly she hears her father's voice in the background. He's walking towards them with a group of his people. She says, oh my God, my father's already here. And then by the time he turns around, he's gone. The father approaches her and he's so happy to see her. He brings all the food and stuff and he gives it to her. And she's scared. Her heart is pounding because there's a stranger in the field. He's very good looking. And he's there without anybody's permission. So what does she do? So that fear. And her father asks her, are you okay? Everything is fine. She says, everything is fine. And she's very stressed looking around. And suddenly her father notices a tree. Out of nowhere, there's a tree here, standing. Then he asks everybody, did we plant this tree? Do you remember this tree being here before? Everybody's like, no, we don't remember a tree here. Not sure how the tree came here. So Valli also says, no, I don't know. It suddenly appeared. And then she's like, oh my God, did this man become a tree all of a sudden? She doesn't know what's going on. She's very scared. So the Vengai tree suddenly appeared. So then everybody's like, let's cut this down. It's very, like, it's not, something is fishy. Let's cut it down. Nambi Raja, right? Her father says, no, don't cut the tree. We don't cut trees. It's okay. Let's leave the tree alone. You know, whenever Valli is bored and she needs a friend, she can talk to the tree. He says. How beautiful is that, right? Huh? Nowadays we do, you know, Amma used to do nature talk, nature walk, and used to conduct this in Nandalala. And see, the Puranas already speak about how significant it is to talk to trees, talk to plants. Nature is so incredible that you can actually make them your friends. So, well, now modern science is recognizing all this, but it's all in our Puranas. It's there. So he says that. He says, don't cut the tree. If Valli is bored, he can talk to the tree, you know, so let's not cut it. Now, Valli is like very stressed. He's like, okay, and the father leaves with his group of the subjects, and they just leave. And suddenly, halfway there, Nambi Raja gets a doubt. He says, that tree just appeared all of a sudden, didn't it? Like last week we were there, it was not there. You know, on second thought, I feel we should just go and cut it, he said. And they all march back. When they go there, the tree is gone. It's not there. Suddenly, Nambi Raja is asking Valli, what happened to the tree? It was here. And suddenly one old man walks in. Old man, he's like tattered, all like this, you know, shaky. He walks in and he says, where is the stream here? There was a stream. I heard there's a nice stream here. I want to go there. Can you please give me directions? I'm lost. And he's doing this, you know, like you can't see. Twitching his eyes. He's doing this. He can't see. He can't walk. He's feeble. Now Nambi Raja's like, you're going to the stream. It's downhill. You're not even able to walk here. Where will you go downhill? I think you need help. I cannot send you alone. I will send my daughter with you. Valli, you take this man and you take him safely to the stream, Nambi Raja says. No, Nambi Raja is a very kind-hearted person. If he saw someone needing help, he will give his helping hand. So he told Valli, his daughter, to take him. Now, who was that old man? We all know. So Valli takes his hand and leads him to the stream. And Nambi Raja says, okay, and he walks from there. Nambi Raja has forgotten the tree. This is what the Lord does, right? So immediate distraction and the tree is gone. Nobody's thinking about the tree now. Next is helping the old man get to the stream. So Valli takes hold of his hand and takes him down the stream. He takes a bath and he comes back and he holds Valli's hand. The grip is so strong. When she took him to the stream, he was feeble, you know. He couldn't even hold. But when he came back and held Valli's hand, it was so strong. There's a difference. Valli looks back and he sees the same handsome man who appeared first. Immediately, pulls her hand off of his grip, and she screams at him. It's like, how dare you touch me? Who are you? You're playing tricks with me and my father? He said. She's so angry. She's like storming out of there. She's like walking fast at fast pace, It's like, wait till I go and tell my father about you. And she's walking very fast. Quickly, she's walking away. Now, Lord Murugan closes his eyes. He's nothing. He doesn't know what to do. Closes his eyes and he thinks about our favorite Anna. His Anna. Close his eyes. Anna, I need your help now. And obviously, out of nowhere, a wild elephant comes out. It's like charging. And Valli saw that. She's like in a very angry mode, walking towards her father. And this elephant is come out of nowhere. She sees the elephant and she's like, we all do this, if we see something scary, we close our eyes. The immediate, instinct is to close our eyes. So we closed our eyes tight. And then the elephant is making so much noise, she closed her ears also. So she closes her eyes and she closes her ears tight. And now she can hear the elephant coming towards her. So she just turns around and she runs with her ears and eyes closed. And she bangs on somebody. And immediately, when she knew it was a human being, she immediately hugs tightly because she knows the only somebody has to help her, right? So she tightly hugs. And immediately, Lord Murugan, who was the person she hugged, he closes his eyes and he thanks his Anna. He says, thank you, Anna. Valli has come to me. Now you can go. Now the elephant is vanished. The job is done. All successful, right? So Valli opens her eyes slowly to see who she hugged. And she sees the handsome man again. Then that's when Lord Murugan reveals his actual self to her and reminds her about who she is. That is what we have seen repeatedly in our scriptures, that when the avataram is born, someone has to come, will come at the right time to remind who they are. Because Valli grew up as an ordinary hunter chieftain's daughter. She has no clue until Lord Murugan appeared and gave her that whole sense of who she is, gave her the memory, and told her who she is and why she's here. That's when everything came like a flashback, to her. And then she fell at his feet and asked forgiveness. And she was so happy, eyes full of tears, to see her Lord that she did penance for, so many years penance to achieve him. And actually, the story of Valli and Murugan, Lord Murugan, I've really briefed it for you. It's so many pages because Lord Murugan worked so hard, poor thing, to get Valli. He put so much disguises. He came in so many disguises. So it's like a penance he did to get him. And this was a penance he did to get her. He had to work so hard. And it was not that easy with the chieftain also, Nambi Raja also, to convince him to get him married to Lord Murugan, to get Valli married to Lord Murugan. So it was not easy. The whole journey of Lord Murugan to achieve Valli was not easy at all. It was a difficult thing, but that desire, that want, I have to marry Valli because she got the boon, right? We have seen this over and over again. When you get a boon, the Lord makes it happen. Make sure that the boon is achieved, no matter what. He could have just said, okay, that's it, and left. No. It's a boon, and he did it. He got Valli, got married to her. The marriage happened in Thiruttani. It was very grand marriage. All the Devar girls showered flowers, and that is how their marriage took place. That was in Thiruttani. So what it reveals is we see Murugan in the middle and Devayani and Valli on either side. Now that is one part of it. We see that beautiful scene, Murugan in the middle, Valli and Devayani on either sides of him. That is one part. It all comes together beautifully when I explain it to you, because Valli is Icha Shakti. That is the will, the desire we have. And he had the desire, right? I have to attain Valli. And that desire made him work so hard. Go to the field, stand in the sun. Whatever it is, change into a tree, change into old man, change into a hunter. All these disguises he put up. So many days. That will and that desire. And he achieved Valli. Now, what is Devayani? Devayani is Kriya Shakti. What is Kriya Shakti? What is Kriya? Action. Whatever Lord Murugan did to defeat Surapadma, how did he do it? His actions. When we go back and see all those things, how he did it. First, he got a blessing from Lord Shiva, his father. He visited so many temples when they left from Kailasham. After he received the Shakti veil from Devi, he was on a journey. He went to so many Shiva temples before the war. Seeked Lord Shiva's blessings everywhere. And he sat there. He just didn't charge and go to war. He was sitting, watching his enemy, Surapadman, watching what he did. What are the Asuras doing? What are their patterns? He watched every move of theirs quietly. And then he sent a messenger peace messenger first before he charged at them. One chance before I attack. Let me give one chance. Obviously, they didn't heed. Tarakasuran died. After that, also, he sent Veerabahu as a messenger to Surapadman, saying, let's make peace now. Everything was done so perfectly, meticulously, where the actions are so perfect. They say that, right? It cannot be more perfect. You read Skanda Puranam, you see that Murugan has done everything perfectly. No mistakes. He did not even shoot an arrow from behind at the enemy. He wanted to face them and fight. This also we spoke about in our previous sessions, where he told Lord Indra, no, I want to go up there when Surapadman was flying. He said, I want to go up there and fight him face to face. When Lord Indra said, just hurl your veil from here. That, the standard of principles, the principles that he held on to, the duty was so perfect. The actions were so perfect. And in the end, he got a big gift, devayani, the Kriya Shakti. Now, when we see three of them standing, Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti on either side, and the whole Purnam of Jnana Shakti, that is Lord Murugan. Now, what we learn from this is, when we see Skanda Puranam, this is all the Skanda Puranam teaches us. This is all it is. Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and with both of this, when you have the right desires, when you have the right actions, and what you get is enlightenment and knowledge, that is Jnana Shakti, that is Lord Murugan in the middle. It's Purnam. That is why we say Lord Murugan is beautiful. Now, beauty is not in the outside. It's how he has shown us how to live, how to be. That is why he's Purnam. Beautiful. And that is the beauty of Lord Murugan. Now, he is the Kali Yuga Varadan, right? He is the Lord of the Kali Yugam right now, whatever we are in. This Yugam, when you call him, he'll come. That's how kind he is. So he's the one who will take us ashore, safely ashore. He'll sail us to the shore safely. But we have to get on the boat. We have to get on the boat. He's not going to pull us. Never like that. We have to willingly get on the boat. That's up to us. When we surrender, it'll happen. So this is the main thing about Skanda Purana. If you see Lord Murugan with these two, Devayani and Valli, you should remember what I said. It reminds us about our desires, our duties, and what we gain when we do these two things properly. We become one with Lord Murugan. Complete. Now a little about Thiruttani, the temple in Tamil Nadu. The Lord there is Subramanya Swami, and Amman is Valli and Devayani. Now, there are a lot of tirthams in this temple. Lot of tirthams, and for various reasons, I will go one by one for that. And it's a very, very old temple. Very old temple. And this has been mentioned in our Ramayana also, Mahabharata also. So it's a very old temple. Like I said, 84 kilometers from Chennai. And Maguda tree is the Stala Vriksham here. And the hill temple, this temple has 365 steps representing the days of the year. Now the shrine of the Utsava Murti is a mandapam. It's made of 1 lakh rudraksham. Now after killing Surapadma, he goes to Tiruparankundram and marriage happens with Devayani and the Lord, and then he comes to Thiruttani. By that time, the Lord is cool as a cucumber. No anger. So he's very Shanta Swarubam here. And he's very happy here. He's smiling here. So there is no Skanda Shashti, that Utsavam, they don't do it in this temple because he's not in fighting mode here. So it doesn't happen here. Here the marriage Utsavams happen. And it is here that the king of the Devas, Indra, gave him the white elephant, airavat. So you see the airavatam elephant standing outside here. But he'll be facing the opposite side. He'll be facing the east. There's a story for that. When Airavata was given to Lord Murugan, when Airavata left Indra Lokam, Indra faced a lot of issues. It seemed like his wealth and all went away. Like Airavata was the sparkle, the what do you call that? That Ashirvadam, blessings, like Lakshmi he was. But when he went out of Indra Lokam, Indra felt like he was losing all his wealth. So when he came and told Lord Murugan that, Lord Murugan said, you should take back Vairavata. I don't need him. You need him more, he said. So Lord Indra says, no. I already gave him to you. You keep him. Just that, let him face Indra Lokam. I just want him to face Indra Lokam. For which Murugan says, of course. So that's why you see Airavata facing the east and standing facing Indra Lokam. Now, after that, everything was back to normal for Indra. Now, Lord Muruga imparted the knowledge of medicine and Tamil to sage Agathiyar. So, Lord Muruga is regarded as Veeramurti, Jnanamurti, and Acharya Murti in this shrine because of that. He gets all this name because he imparted that to sage Agathiyar. Now, Lord Rama, like I said, this temple is mentioned in Ramayana. Lord Rama, after putting an end to Ravana, worshipped Lord Shiva at Rameshwaram and then came to Thiruttani to find perfect peace of mind, worshipping Lord Subramanya. This is in the Treta Yugam, right? Now, Dwapara Yugam, what happens is Arjuna came and seeked his blessings here, Lord Muruga's blessings here, on the way to south for the Tirthayatram. So he came here. That's why it's mentioned in the Mahabharatam also during the Dwapara Yugam. So this temple is, see how way back it goes. Now Lord Brahma has worshipped the Lord here. Now after bathing in the holy springs, he makes a tirtham here. That is Brahmasonai is called. Brahma Tirtham. That's also here, I told you, right? We have a lot of tirthams in this place. So Brahma created one. Now this is because he was feeling very bad that he forgot he couldn't explain the meaning of the mantra Om, which we spoke about in the last session. He was very ashamed, so he comes here to seek his blessing, and he got back the powers of creation again. Now we all know Vasuki. Vasuki is the snake who coiled around the mountain and helped with the um, churning of the ocean. And imagine him actually coiled around the mountain, and one side, the head side towards one side, asuras, and the tail to the devas, right? So what happens is, so Vasuki had many wounds all over his body because of this. So he had many wounds all over his body because of the pulling from each direction. So because of that, he came here to Thiruttani and he prayed to Lord Murugan here, Subramanya Swami here, and he was healed of all the wounds. All the wounds were healed. And he's also created a tirtham here, Naga Tirtham. So that also is here in this place. Now, Lord Vishnu. This is a very interesting story of Lord Vishnu, huh? Now, when Surapadman defeated all the devas and they were all, roaming and running in every direction, I told you Indra was running and hiding almost every time. When that was happening, Surapadman was the king, right? Tarakasuran. Tarakasuran is what? Elephant head. When I say elephant head, elephant is very intelligent, the most intelligent animal, right? But when we talk about humans, when we say he's very intelligent, usually we'll stay a little distance from people who are very intelligent. What happens is they'll read every book. They won't leave any book unread. They'll read every book. And because of over intelligence, they will have everything messed up in there. See, Amma always says, knowledge is important. But what knowledge is key? The intelligent people are sometimes they will pour mud on their own head. Sometimes they will be the cause for their own destruction. Over-intelligence can destroy that person. That's what happened to Tarakasuran. Tarakasuran, what happened? He's very intelligent. Of course, he gained a lot of knowledge. Very intelligent. He tells Surapadman, I'm going to go for a stroll. After they've captured everything, they've chased all the devas from their homes. Tarakasuran says, brother, I'm going to go for a stroll. And Surapadman says, yeah, sure. And Tarakasuran straight, he goes to Vaikundam. He goes to Vaikundam, and of course, Lord Vishnu is there in his usual pose. He knows why Tarakasuran is there. He doesn't do anything because the devas, all of them were cursed. They have to pay for it. So Tarakasuran, without any problems, he goes there and he stands there and he snatches the chakram on Vishnu's hand, the chakram. He just snatches it and he wears it on his neck and he walks. And he says, thank you so much to Lord Vishnu, and he walks away. It was as simple as that, very easy, because Lord Vishnu didn't even bother to fight him because he knows the day has not come yet. It's not that Lord Vishnu does not know how to fight. It's not that Lord Vishnu does not have the power. He does. But he knows this had to happen. He had to lose his chakram to Tarakasuran one day. That day happened. Now, when Muruga comes into the scene and he's standing in front of Tarakasura to attack him, he asks Lord Indra, "What do I see? It's so shiny in his chest. That looks like my uncle's chakram, right?" He says. Lord Vishnu's mama, right? So Lord Indra says, yeah, he just came and snatched it from your uncle one day. And he's wearing it in his chest. So now Tarakasuran uses that chakram on Lord Murugan. And that makes a hollow in his chest. And that is there in Thiruttani. You will see the hollow in his chest when he was trying to snatch it. He wails it at Murugan. The only god who could have taken that chakram is Murugan. And of course, Tarakasuran dies. He talks a lot. He says, yeah, this is your uncle's chakram. Do you see it here on my chest? Your uncle who took so many avatarams, and killed so many people. Now, I have his chakram with me, he says. And Lord Murugan just smiles. Says, okay. And we know what happens later. Now, that is why Lord Vishnu also comes to this place and there's a Vishnu Tirtham and he prays to Lord Subramanya because he got his chakram back. So that is the story of Lord Vishnu. And now we know Saint Arunagirinathar from the 15th century. We spoke about him. He's a strong devotee. Now he said this is his favorite place. And he says all the devas come here. This is a place for all the devas and siddhas. That is what he has mentioned in one of his poems. And he also has said that this is Shivalokam in the south. So that is what he has called it, a Shivalokam. Now, Saint Ramalingam was a big devotee of Lord Murugan, Ramalinga Swamigal. Now, he lived 150 years ago. Now, the Lord of Thiruttani appeared in his mirror in his puja room. Now, think about this, people. You know, it's not a joke. He's in his puja room in Chennai, you know, and he looks into this mirror through which Lord Murugan gives him a darshan and asks him to come to Thiruttani to see him. Amount of bhakti this Ramalinga Swamigal had is pretty obvious by this incident. And after which he went to Thiruttani and saw him. And after that, you know, songs flowed from his lips of pure Tamil, like a torrential rain. I mean, I don't know. You can never stop that, right? When I say torrential rain, it's like that. The Tamil was so pure after that, after he got darshan of. Same thing happened with Sri Muthuswami Dikshitar. He was in Thiruttani, and that time when he was, after he took a bath in the Tirtham and he was coming back up the steps, an old man comes towards him and he says, Vaya Tora, open your mouth. And he puts honey in his mouth. That's when Muthuswami Dikshitar composed his first song on Lord Murugan, Guru Guhaya Namaha. And this is just recent, right? All this, you know, it just shows us the Kali Yuga Vardhan. He is the God of Kali Yuga. He comes. You call, he comes. Now, Padi Puja is done here in Thiruttani on every New Year's Eve, where every Padi, they do a puja. We know there are 365 Padis here, right? So all the 365 Padis, they do puja. Now, Bhairava is here with 4 dogs. He graces in this temple, and the 4 dogs representing the 4 Vedas. Now, like I said, the Sura Samhara festival is not celebrated here because the Lord is in a very good mood. He has no plans of war. He's in a very pleasant mood here. So that is not celebrated. Instead, on that day, flowers weighing 100 kgs are used to please the Lord. Now, the sandal paste used in Murugan worship in Thiruttani has a very divine significance. It is ground on a special stone. I believe the stone was gifted to him by Lord Indra. So that is still here. And that Chandanam again, people treat it as medicine. Anything that touches the Lord is treated as medicine in all of Murugan temples because he's the doctor of doctors. What else? He's the doctor of doctors. You just actually, instead of putting it on the forehead, they consume it. So that's how diseases are cured, and we see that many times. Now, at the foot of the hill, there's a tempo tank called Saravana Poigai. People dip in this and then take his darshan. Now, the Tirthams, like I mentioned, are Vishnu Tirtham, Brahma Tirtham, Naga Tirtham, which is installed by Vasuki, Indra Tirtham. There are a lot of Tirthams here by various deities who have come to this place and worship the Lord here. So that is our session on Valli and Murugan and Thiruttani. I hope you enjoyed it. Mathioli Charanam, Jai Nandalala.